Hi guys, we're here with Rymer from Dillinger Escape Plan.
Hello.
Thank you for participating to the Drum Brothers.
Not a problem, thank you for having me.
As you can see, you're a really young artist, and but you already toured Europe, toured US, did lots of things in your career. How did you get into this? Like, why did you start playing drums? Which were the steps that took you here?
I mean, I think the real reason why I started playing the drums is probably because I thought it would have been the easiest instrument to play. There was no scales or chords, and I was trying to play music at a very young age, around age like 5 or so, and my family had musical instruments around the house. I'd attempted piano, I'd attempted guitar, and it seemed too challenging to me, and I just wanted to just play music. So, and I thought if you could play, like, you know, then you could be famous. That's all you could be a rock star. At the time, you know, there was all these '80s hair metal bands on TV, and like I thought at a young age, like that looks like the easiest thing to do in the band. I want to do that, you know. That's pretty much probably why I got started, and only later in life to learn that it's probably one of the most challenging instruments, and it never ends, and that like it'll keep going. There's endless possibilities, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably why I got started, because I thought it would have been easy.
I know you did some tour supporting Alien and Farm in the US.
Yeah.
Or stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, were that part of the step that took you like today playing with the Dillinger Escape Plan? I feel
that experience kind of was kind of a prep course for touring. I kind of like established a certain degree of touring etiquette. You know, I mean, you only get better by making mistakes. You know, making mistakes is going to make you better in anything. In anything you do, you have to make mistakes to learn. So it was good that I made, you know, certain errors on that tour to kind of like look out for certain things in the future and in future endeavors to avoid. You know, like don't eat another band's rider. You know what I mean? Set up your kit on time, break it down on time. How to pack efficiently, how to keep track of all your gear, all these things, all these like the little subtleties.
How to leave on tour.
The little subtleties of tour. How to budget yourself.
Yeah.
How to know, oh, I only have $8 today. I can get a Happy Meal and maybe some water or something. And you know, little kind of may seem trivial in some sense, but they're actually really important things.
Yeah.
That and you know, playing lots of live shows and getting used to like real venues with, you know, like a production, a crew, stagehands, like a monitor guy, and like, you know, before that I was kind of playing VFW halls and maybe like the same rock club, you know, like over and over again, like by my house. Yeah, that was a great experience. That was definitely a great experience.
What's your like typical practicing stuff that you do, and like how did you choose what you wanted to play? Like, did you just listen to music and thought, I want to do that, or just playing drums, you started to develop a certain style, and so you got into extreme music, extreme drumming?
A lot of it has to do with the music and the environment growing up, more so the musical environment. Growing up around a lot of very progressive musicians. I have a number of friends who are just incredible players in all sorts of instruments. My family is very musical. So between that and between the music that I listen to, served as a lot of influence and a lot of guidance for the type of drumming that I play and am currently pursuing. And you know, as you get older, you listen to more music. So there's all these other things influencing you. And you know what? It's not just music that influences your playing. It's everything in life. You know what I mean? It's everything from a bad meal to a good meal to a bad relationship to a good relationship and everything in between. You know?
It's art.
It's art. It's an expression, and that's the point. And like what I try to stress to people is that there are no rules to how you play music. There are no rules to how you play drums. There's not necessarily a drum police force, but there are credible suggestions. And you can take it with a grain of salt. There are credible suggestions out there and methods to playing and you can. It's up to you ultimately to choose what you want to consume and what you want to give out. You know.
What do you practice usually? What some advice is to like get used to? I don't know, like playing extreme, as you say.
Yeah.
Before.
Well, patience. You have to have a lot of patience. And when it comes to practicing speed, I know a lot of people would say like practice slow to fast, and that's great. But there's a way, you know, some people would kind of just push the accelerator, and just like, you know, let's just say like for a single stroke roll, to demonstrate, like, you know, someone kind of just push the accelerator and be into a close roll, and that's great and everything, but it actually is more musical to practice speed in steady increments of tempo. So if you're at 100 BPM and you're practicing anything, jump to 110, then jump to 150, then jump to 180. I mean, with or without a metronome, as long as you like kind of like retain a steady pulse, and stay on that level for a while. I mean, personally, I find that method is more musical. It's more suitable for getting ready to play music, and it kind of allows you to almost focus and play the space in between notes as well as the notes themselves, and be conscious of the space and phrasing of all your notes.
You still got a lot of career to do in your life, and
I would like to think so. I mean, you know, everything you gotta like live day to day in this industry. I feel absolutely privileged to even be playing music and somewhat making a living and earning some money and getting out. And it's more so about playing live and that experience and that adrenaline rush. You know what I mean? Like that's like, I live for that. If I didn't have that, I don't know where I'd be. I'd probably working a job I don't want to work. You know, this is a job I do want to work. Absolutely. And I want to keep it going as long as I can.
Cool. So you don't have like plans. You don't have.
I never had plans. I haven't had plans in the past like 10 years. It's always I've had dreams. They're dreams, but not necessarily plans. Yeah, there's hopes.
Yeah.
But it's hard to plan things out because you really don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? It's just like my parents would even say like, so what do you think is going to happen, like if you know, like after this band, like I don't know, are these guys going to keep it going or whatever? And I'm like, well, I didn't know I was going to be in this band. You know?
Yeah.
Like I had no idea. Like you were asking me that question years ago. You're telling me to go back to college. You know what I mean? And here I am. So, and that's part of the exciting part. You know what I mean? You don't know what's going to happen. Like I'm in the dark just like anyone else.
Cool.
So it's basically just live day to day and play music because you love it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you really shouldn't. Planning things means you have expectations, and I personally cannot have expectations, especially with this. I do it because I love it, and if it brings me places, great. And if not, I'm still going to do it. If I have to work a job, I'll work a job, but I'll still play music. And if I can retain a career in music, I absolutely will.